as the joint campaign by Warner Brothers Studios and Mattel has turned Barbie into a lighting factory. Already there are more than 100 brand collaborations, from Barbie full fashions to home insurance policies to the Barbie Xbox. Featuring is an AI-powered Barbie selfie generator to create memes. And at a real-life shopping mall in Santa Monica, fans can experience the world of Barbie. It's an Instagram-friendly pop-up with a life-size Barbie camper van, Barbie space station, and Barbie music recording studio. Like Disney and Hasbro, Mattel executives have said they want to turn the company's vintage intellectual property into new movie franchises. Hot Wheels, Rock'em Sock'em Robot, Barney, and Polly Pocket could be next. But first up,
That was Tony's favorite.
4-year-old
What?
doll.
Barney.
The zeitgeist is a post-COVID world that seems very scary, at war, dark, and Barbie is the opposite of that.
Kevin Sandler is an associate professor of film and media studies at Arizona State University.
It's been calculated to try to appeal to various age groups and races and gender
Thank you,
identities.
Space.
Everywhere you look,
Kansas State University.
Oh my God, stop it.
Yeah.
You would name everything that, and then we'd have nothing. We'd have
It
no.
doesn't make everyone.
Oh, there's all kinds of
Already, actress Jay
Catholic
Smith-Chapman from
universities
the
out
TV
there.
show Succession has tweeted that she feels bullied by the pink tsunami of Barbie marketing. The movie, directed by indie darling Greta Gerwig, seems to be in on the joke. Its slogan hints at the tightrope it's walking, for those who love Barbie and for those who hate Barbie. An ironic link to those of us who grew up with non-conforming feminist moms who didn't appreciate blonde, blue-eyed Barbie's impossible figure. Hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie. Hi Ken. The movie opens next week and official reviews are still embargoed, but it's already expected to debut at the top of the box office. Some of Barbie's buzz is even rubbing off on his totally opposite opening weekend rival, Oppenheimer. So it turns out even 6 decades and many critiques later, Barbie pink could indeed be the color of money. Mandalita Barco, NPR News. Watch me.
I need meat. When do you think I'll be able to get some of that medicine?
You're listening
Probably Saturday.
from NPR News.
Okay.
It's 6:18. Thanks for tuning in to All Things Considered on 90.7 WFAE and WFAE.org. I'm Nick Dellingnow. Good evening. So to come, Israel's democracy protests have started up again after the Prime Minister's revived efforts to weaken the powers of the judiciary. That story is coming up next. And then on Marketplace at 6:30, Recent report finds fewer small businesses are raising prices. What's the cause? A check-in with a few small businesses.
People can't afford shit. That's what it is.
Is coming up on Marketplace in about 10 minutes. Right now, a few clouds over Charlotte. It's 89 degrees. Expect mostly clear skies tonight with lows near 71. And the heat returns tomorrow. Sunny skies and a high near 92.
That's racist.
94 now.
Huh?
94 now, so I don't know what the hell they're talking. Well, he did say he would return, implying that already here. Listen, I don't want to disappoint you. I'm sure I'll disappoint the council. But the worst thing that I could do for this knee is walk on uneven ground.
At this week's NATO summit in
So
Lithuania,
I'm not planning to go to the
Ukraine
beach
again pushed for
that
admission
much,
to the
if at
alliance.
all.
Its chances, how likely is it?
Okay.
Will Ukraine be admitted
Okay.
to the peace? I would say the chances
I'll be
are
there.
How likely is it that Ukraine will be admitted ever? I think it's not impossible.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, just hang out
And where are we going, Daddy?
wherever you want to go, Joe.
Why are we going to the neighborhood? Makes
Because I like to go to the
Support
neighborhood.
That makes no sense.
comes from this station and from Fisher Investments. As As a fiduciary, Fisher Investments
Man, there was
is
a
obligated to
red
act in their clients' best interest.
over
Learn more
by
at FisherInvestments.com.
Carolina
Investments
Place.
in securities involve the risk of loss. And
And of course, the comida on my side had traffic backed up, like a parking lot, but it was on the other side, and that traffic was backed up
designed to
too,
be taken every day.
from Pineville all the way to 77.
This is NPR.
Damn.
Damn, that's right.
What are you doing over there?
Considered from
I have to go to
I'm Mary Louise Kelly, and I'm Adrian
Oh,
Fleury.
where?
In Israel today, thousands of
Go to
protesters
Toby.
blocked highways
Oh.
and demonstrated at the country's main airport. They say they fear for the future of Israeli democracy. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has revised his plan to weaken the judiciary. NPR's Daniel Estrin reports from Tel Aviv. Overnight, Israel's parliament gave initial approval to a bill that would take away one of the court's key powers, the power to overturn decisions by cabinet ministers and lawmakers in the government if the court finds them unreasonable. By early morning, protesters were already blocking roads to oppose the bill.
It's a significant step downward for Israel, and this is what brings everybody out to the street.
Tech developer Ofer Silver.
Me personally, I'm really afraid of, like, Israel is going to a place that's not worthy of my kids.
Police sprayed a water cannon to clear a highway and made scores of arrests.
Well, here comes the policeman on horse. Sergeant underground.
Just a few months ago, massive protests forced Netanyahu to pause his efforts to overhaul the judiciary. The protests quieted down, and politicians were in talks to reach a consensus on major changes to the rule of law. But those talks failed, so Netanyahu said his coalition would press on with its plans. In a video, Netanyahu said the bill he's advancing will strengthen democracy. His right-wing coalition says the courts are too liberal and interfere too much in the elected government's agenda. Constitutional law expert Rivka Weil of Israel's Reichman University says if the bill passes, it will remove necessary checks on power.
It will definitely affect the rule of law, the integrity of the public sector.
So you ever had anything from this Daco truck?
No.
Who are currently protesting against the government's policy, we receive that special treatment.
I want to touch the hand of the man that
In a
made
recent CNN
1,500.
interview, President Biden said the Israeli cabinet includes some of the most extreme members.
You made the whole
we've seen
quota
over
all by
decades.
yourself, didn't you?
He's urged
Quota and a half.
to reach a broad public consensus
Shit.
on changes to the court.
All by yourself.
Yep.
How many people in that department?
A lot.
Central bank
In the department or doing that?
Doing that.
national labor
Just me.
has threatened putting countrywide strike. Daniel Estrin, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
In the fall of 1982, gripped
Chicago. Medical officials in Chicago say some capsules of the pain reliever extra strength Tylenol have been laced with the deadly poison cyanide.
All has already been taken off shelves,
The Illinois Attorney General has blamed a madman for the poisonings.
and authorities there have moved to confiscate most of the city's Tylenol supply.
7 people died after swallowing Tylenol capsules that had been laced with potassium cyanide. And no one was ever charged with the murders, and now the man who law enforcement has focused on for 4 decades has died on Sunday at his home in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Authorities believed they had a case against James Lewis, but they did not have direct physical evidence. They did have an extortion letter Lewis had written to Johnson & Johnson, the company that manufactures Tylenol, demanding $1 million to make the killings stop. Lewis was convicted of attempted extortion and spent 13 years in prison. Stacy St. Clair is part of a Chicago Tribune reporting team that delved into the Tylenol murders last year. She joins us now. Hi there.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So briefly explain a little more why investigators were so convinced that Lewis was responsible.
Well, as you said, it first begins with him inserting himself into the case with this blackmail letter, this extortion attempt, where he admits to being the killer in the letter and says he'll stop the killings if he gets $1 million. He gets convicted a year later of attempted extortion. In that case, they never charge him with the murders because they couldn't place him in Chicago and there were no fingerprints that matched. After he gets convicted, before he's sentenced, he calls the FBI and says, I'd like to help you solve the case. I think I can help you find, the quote-unquote real killer. And he sits down for a series of interviews, he waives his lawyer being present, and he begins to tell them what the killer would be thinking when he poisoned the capsules or put them on the shelves.
And he drew like all these little diagrams, right, of how you would have done it if you had done it.
Correct. He was an extremely talented artist. And what he did was draw pictures for the FBI and federal prosecutors of exactly how you would put the cyanide into the pills without poisoning yourself.
So fascinating. So was it just that lack of physical evidence we mentioned? Is that why murder charges were never brought?
It was the lack of physical evidence and the fact that they actually could never place him in Chicago that week. You know, it was a different time. We didn't leave sort of the digital footprint everywhere we went. And you
they got a hell of a circumstantial case. Now they ain't got shit because he died, but...
For the articles you wrote on the companion podcast, did he maintain his innocence till the very end?
Yes, my colleague Christy Gutowski spoke with him outside his home in Cambridge, Massachusetts about a year ago, and he denied being the killer, and he asked her if she knew what it felt like to be falsely accused of something for 40 years. And he also suggested that Johnson & Johnson was responsible for the poisonings, that the poisonings occurred at the plant level, which is something that was investigated, and investigators decided there was no way that it could have happened at the plant level and then all ended up on the shelves in the Chicago area within the same 24-hour period.
That's weird. Like, how would he do that?